Been a little second since we've had a therapy session. No, it really hasn't. It really hasn't. Page that has stuck out to me so far in my readings, my studies. Desperate times call for desperate measures. This one I had the highest hopes for. Whenever I take a rest day, the day gives me something to rest about. I actually got 2 bottoms instead of a bottom and a top, which don't know how I for real did that, but I did do that. Taste test. That's good.
And lovingly close your eyes.
I did not come up with protein matcha latte, but I am very excited for protein matcha latte. I got, as you saw, the vanilla core power to make a matcha latte with. I also got the strawberry because strawberry matcha, I feel like that was level 2. Like I had to do this one first and then later in the week we can do strawberry. Taste test. That's good. If anything, and this keeps happening to me, I just need to put more matcha in it because I keep following the recipe, but then the recipe is actually for using a cup of milk, and this is more than a cup of milk, but I still get the matcha flavor. The matcha that I'm using, Jade Leaf Matcha, was actually sent to me, and it's like such a great gift because I'm loving it. I also have my oatmeal over here, and we're gonna have a great start to the week. I'm gonna do my weekly just like brain dump. Sometimes I do this Sunday afternoons. Today I'm doing it Monday morning, where I'm literally just gonna write everything on my brain that has to do with this week to just get it out all on paper. And then if there's anything I'm wanting to do this week or anything that is going on this week, I just know about it so that I can have purpose through the week. Breakfast has been eaten and brain has been dumped. Another focus that I'm really trying to focus on this week is actually finding a way to implement mindfulness into a way that works in my lifestyle. I've talked about it so much in the past few videos, so you're probably getting a little bit sick of it, but I haven't actually it's all been up here and I'm trying to now bring it out into life and figure out the ways that it works for me. And so, I mean, in the brain dump, I think I can show you, there's really nothing like personal on it, but it literally is just like so many words because I started just because it was on my brain. Like I wrote down all the dinners that I'm making this week. I wrote down then like my idea for this week's vlog, just so I can like remember and stay videoing, and like my idea for the title, but that obviously is up for work, up for change. And then I wrote down my April goals that I've had, just because I think sometimes I will make monthly goals and then just kind of forget about them, and at the end of the month be like, did I happen to do that? So I'm trying to just like remember them and kind of focus on them a little bit more. So I wrote down my April goals, and then I wrote down just some like to-dos that are bouncing around in my head to see if they could become to-dones this week. And so I wrote those down and then just kind of wrote out like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all the days of the week, planned out like what dinner will go on which day. Really kind of, honestly, it's just based on like meats schedule. So like we have some chicken frozen, some chicken in the fridge. And so like figuring out like when I'll thaw things and bake with them. A couple like sausage recipes this week. The only real like scheduled thing I have this week beyond work is a facial on Saturday. So that's honestly great because that means that evenings are just what I make them to be, which is awesome. I love that. And so I just then wrote down like kind of ideas of the different to-dos that I'll do each night, just so that I can be making progress in the ways that I would like to be. But something that I am going to try is meditating every morning. And this is probably going to be like, I have like 40 minutes right now before I would need to leave for work. So I'm planning on just like getting ready and then maybe just having that be the last thing I do before I walk out the door. With working out early in the morning, like it doesn't really work to do meditating and like breath work. I don't know yet what I want to do. I'm really just going to Google probably on YouTube. I'm just going to YouTube 5-minute mindful morning meditation or something like that. And we'll just try different things out and see how it goes, but it's kind of hard to say if I like it and find it beneficial if I'm not actually doing it. So I'm going to be doing that this week. And also the 2 books that I got from the library, which I showed you in my weekend vlog, but number 1 was Uncovering Happiness, Overcoming Depression and Mindfulness with, Overcoming Depression with Mindfulness and Self-Compassion. So I started reading that one over the weekend. I haven't gotten to the actual mindfulness part of it. So far it's just like going over chronic unhappiness and like mental health kind of. So I mean, it's interesting, but it's not like I've gotten to like the meat of what I'm looking for in it yet. And then the other one, this is Happiness, the Mindful Way, and it's a practical guide. And this one is much more just like each page goes over something different. So I actually read until page 24 yesterday, which was very nice. Like goes through quickly, and I do feel like I'm kind of learning a lot. And so those are 2 books that I'm reading for like learning. I'm planning on starting another book for like fun this week, just haven't done that yet, but I do need to get ready for work, get the ball rolling on the week. Okay, 5-minute morning mindfulness. I guess I'll just do that. I don't need to say meditation. I'll just see what comes up. 5-minute guided morning mindfulness meditation for focus, for positive energy. You can do anywhere to start your day. I think I'm gonna do morning gratitude. Seems fitting.
Begin by entering into whatever position makes you feel best in this moment. And lovingly close your eyes. Or simply lower your gaze, whatever feels best.
We're taking a rest from the gym this morning since we've gone a lot of days in a row, but I still woke up at 4:55. I feel like just because my body, like I was at the end of a sleep cycle whenever I woke up. So then whenever we decided to take a rest day, I didn't want to like go back to sleep and chance waking up like in the middle of a dream or something when I just feel like tireder the rest of the day. So I've been sitting here and editing for about an hour, a little over an hour so far, which has felt great because I've been like super productive, and I'll get up to make breakfast soon. And I just feel like it's a good start to the day so far. It's the weekend vlog, probably, that went up a couple before this one that I'm editing right now. And I'm listening to an audiobook while I do it. So it's like getting stuff done, but also in a way that just feels good. I did not leave myself time to sit down and meditate today, like in the 5-minute way, which is not a very good streak for ourselves. And by I did not leave myself the time, I mean, it was literally me. As you know, I was just like working over on the couch this morning. So it's not as if I'm rushing anywhere. I just didn't give myself enough time. But something that I'm going to do instead, a page that has stuck out to me so far in my readings, my studies, is talking about autopilot. It says autopilot is the opposite of mindfulness. It is a state of mind disengaged from the present and stuck in habits formed long ago. Letting go of our automatic behavior enables us to escape the pull of the past and offers us a better chance of happiness. And so what I'm going to do today is, on my way to work, I'm not going to listen to my audiobook, even though I would kind of like to, and I'm not going to listen to music. I'm going to do like a mindfulness practice exercise and just literally like be in silence to just like focus on the things around me and the like present moment that I am in, which is a exercise to like break out of your regular journey. Autopilot is not always bad. Like sometimes you just get things done that way, and it talks about that, but it also says the mind on autopilot steals its reactions from the past. We don't realize in auto mode that we have a wide range of options available. And so it kind of goes into the fact that by working to get yourself out of autopilot, like purposefully, you get to choose how you engage in the moment that you're in and in the present, in the world that you're experiencing. In autopilot, you react with habit, and being mindful, you respond with awareness. It says the truth is there's no need to be hurt by a situation just because it hurt us before. By training ourselves to live in the present moment and relate to our experience with acceptance rather than judgment, we become more grounded and more nimble in our responses. Autopilot dissolves when mindfulness takes the wheel. So again, like autopilot, we emptily relive the past, and mindful, you fully live in the present. Autopilot misses the details, mindfulness notices the details. Autopilot reenacts established patterns. Mindful sees the bigger picture. When you're in autopilot, you have limited choices. When you're mindful and reacting to the moment as the moment that you're in, you have many choices. In autopilot, you repeat past emotions. Being mindful, you have fresh emotions. And when you're in autopilot, you enjoy life's pleasures less. And when you are mindfully being in the moment without judgment, you can enjoy life's pleasures more. So that like obviously is a deeper little section than not listening to an audiobook on the way to work. But it was just, I feel like that was a good, I don't know, thing for me to like think about was being autopilot versus just being mindful. Because I do find a lot of joy in routine and I do really like routines as most people do. But like being in a routine doesn't mean that I have to be on autopilot. Like I can still be focused on the present around me and the world around me and each day as a individual day and doing little exercises like not distracting yourself through like music or an audiobook, which is like are good things. Like listen to music, listen to audiobooks, but just occasionally taking the time to like break out of your regular routine or break out of your regular journey in order to focus more just like on what's around you and what you're experiencing in the day can kind of like train your brain to do that more often, even when like bigger things come along. Like how I was saying, like when you're just living life in autopilot, you're going to follow the same patterns and react the same way to old things, whereas really like anything that happens in your life is happening like right then, and you can decide whether you are going to be affected by it in the same way or in a different way and do the same actions that you've done before or do different actions than you've done before, treat people the same way you've treated them before, treat people differently than you've treated them before. Like it just kind of trains your brain to do that a little bit more. So that's what I'm going to do today as my little like mindfulness practice, mindfulness exercise. I am bringing my book with me to work in case I have downtime. I did not yesterday at all, but I think one person is back today that will help me have maybe more downtime today. I don't know. But if I can squeeze in like a page or two through the day, I think that that will be kind of fun. So that's my plan for the day. I was joking with Zach, except it was actually not that much of a joke, that I'm about to start getting superstitious about rest days from the gym because it keeps seeming as though whenever I take a rest day, the day gives me something to rest about. And today, like, was just busy at work and I ended up having to stay late, which I have such a bad attitude whenever I have to stay late, and I really just should need to get over that because it doesn't happen all that often at all, and it never happens for no reason. Like, it's always something important of why I'm staying late instead of just putting something off until the next day, because it truly cannot happen, you know, like I have to be there. So I really should not have a bad attitude about it, but it just makes me start, like, whenever I finally do get home, then I'm like, well, look at me making dinner, but I could have been doing this 45 minutes ago, and like, oh look, I'm eating dinner, but I could have been doing this 45 minutes ago. So probably can work on the attitude, but I did have to stay late and I did not love it. And it's been probably like a month. I feel like almost every rest day has given me something to rest about. And I'm kind of tired of that happening. And I really am about 2 steps away from getting superstitious about it. But tomorrow will be a shoulder day at the gym. So gonna wake up bright and early, get to sleep now, wake up bright and early, and have a great day. strawberry matcha latte today, and this is the best one I've made by far. I think so far I've just been getting better each time. This time I did like 2 shots worth equivalent basically of matcha, which I had thought on Monday whenever I made it. I hadn't checked, just in my head, if I made a matcha latte, it was going to give me the same amount of caffeine as a cup of coffee. Checked today, it does not. It is a lot less, especially with the amount that I made on Monday. Maybe with me doing like more matcha today, it's like 60 milligrams today. It was like 30 on Monday, so it makes sense why I like felt a little off on Monday. I didn't feel so super different, but I was like gaslighting myself. I was like, I feel a little more tired. And I was like, no, Anna, no, you don't, because you had caffeine this morning, but I like didn't for real. So I feel a little bit more validated knowing that, but it is delicious. It is very, very good. And then I warmed up some leftovers for breakfast. I was going to have cookie leftovers, but then my sweet husband ate all the cookie leftovers. We'll forgive him. We'll still keep him around. But I made cookies last night because honestly, when I got home, I was like, I need something joyful. So I made cookies last night, and I made the PB2 cookie mix, chocolate chip cookies, and I added vanilla peanut protein also from PB2 into them. And so they like had some more protein content. They were by no means like protein dense, but they just had more protein than they would have had without the powder. And they turned out really quite good. I put them just in because I was doing the pasta bake for dinner. So I put them in about 50 degrees hotter than what the cookies really would like to be cooked at. So they did cook kind of funny because then I just like took them out sooner. So we were like very crispy on the outside, very soft on the inside in a way that could have gone really wrong, but ended up going pretty okay. I am gonna sit and drink my matcha and eat my pasta bake, and I don't have enough hands to show you, but right here is my Uncovering Happiness book, and I'm gonna read that one today. I like the mindfulness one that's just like a page, like each page is a topic, each topic is a page, and it has like graphics and stuff. Like I feel like I fly through that one quicker, but I feel like I also need to put energy into this one that is like the actual book form. So I don't know if I'll get any like great mindfulness tidbits today because I am not yet far enough in the book where it's fully going into mindfulness. It like right now is kind of still giving the framework of like mental health, and we haven't fully dove into mindfulness yet. But maybe if I keep reading it, then I can finally get to that point, and I will let you know if I learn anything great. I kind of fear that I'm getting repetitive, but the matcha latte was great today. Another great matcha latte in the books. I just used regular oat milk today, not a protein, because I didn't get enough. Like, I just wanted to trial with the tube before committing to the protein matcha lattes. And I did sit and read my mindfulness book again. The little tidbit that I'm focusing on today is going to be to observe my own like self-talk and my thoughts, and just observe it. Just see without judgment kind of just what my mind is saying. There were some great pages that I could probably read to you later if you want, or read quotes from to you later if you want, just about how your inner voice can shape your experience of the world, and how lots of times you may not be focusing on your inner voice all that much, but once you become like more aware of it, you can start paying attention to what your voice is saying about yourself and kind of be more like mentally healthy about that. I feel like a lot of us don't really have great relationships with our inner voice sometimes. Like we can have great relationships with ourselves, but you still have to like focus on what your brain is saying to yourself about yourself. And so I'm going to try to focus on that today and just kind of see where we're at. I don't think I've mentioned this yet in a video, but I have been taking creatine lately. I started at 10 grams in order to load, and now I'm down to 5 grams. And I really started because I've been seeing a lot of studies about the benefits. Sorry, I'm stirring in front of you. About the benefits, especially for women. And I don't feel well versed enough to really like communicate well the benefits, but it obviously helps with like gym performance and muscle building. But then on top of that, they're showing to be like cognitive helps and everything. I don't necessarily recommend just taking it in water because it does kind of like chug to get it down, but desperate times call for desperate measures. I really just need to start having it in the morning instead of the night because it keeps being like nighttime and I'm like, oh shoot, I need to take my creatine. We just get them, I think it's the Muscle Milk brand, to be honest. Is that right? I'm pretty sure it's the Muscle Milk brand creatine that we get because it's NSF certified and it's just like unflavored, so you can't really taste it. The part that I do know is that creatine makes your muscles retain more water, so you do have to drink more water when you're taking it, and I have definitely noticed that in that I do try already to drink more water because I'm taking it, and also I feel like I get thirstier quicker because I'm taking it. I have noticed that I can lift heavier, which is wild. I have not been taking it long enough to like really decipher any of the like mental cognitive benefits, but that's something that is additional into my nightly routine that I hadn't quite told you about yet. We made it to Friday. My week really like started up high and then was able to taper off. Like for the entire week, my productivity level was higher, significantly higher than our expectation. But like that's because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday were so heavy. And then Thursday and Friday, I kind of just got to like take some more deep breaths. And so today the work that I did do, I have a patient that's going out of state for care at a different state hospital, which thankfully I don't have to do any of the like utilization review, utilization management, insurance, things of that. But just as far as like preparing family and making sure like if there is anything that they need as they're preparing to relocate. That's kind of what I was doing today. Tonight for dinner, I'm so excited for. It is honestly the recipe I've been looking forward to all week, and it's gonna be really good. It just feels so summer to me. We're gonna do arugula with chicken that I'm about to cook on the stove, grilled zucchini, goat cheese, and then do rotini, so it's like a pasta salad. Get some grain in there too. Well, it's gluten-free rotini. Everything we eat is gluten-free because Zach has celiac. I feel like I don't specify enough, like I can eat gluten just fine. It's the fact that Zach has celiac, and so we just like eat all the same things. I have gluten like in life. If we like go out to eat, I'm not necessarily ordering gluten-free, but like at home, most things are gluten-free. I think there's still grains, even though it's gluten-free. Corn, that's what it is. So little pasta salad and then do a dressing that's gonna have like honey, Dijon mustard, some avocado oil, salt, pepper, the whole works. I'm looking forward to dinner tonight. I also got some dresses from Hello Molly. I got them earlier in the week and I took just like phone videos for my best friend to send her the dresses when I got them. And I was like, oh, I'll just insert those phone videos like into the vlog to show them too. I can do better quality than that. I'll do like a haul and try on for you today because I'm actually really excited for the dresses that I got. All of them fit well, which I'm very pumped for. And I guess I'll talk more about them whenever I'm showing you them, but like also all of them I'm gonna be wearing to cool places that I'm excited for. So I just feel so extra excited to have gotten them and to be excited about them and to just like feel really good at them. Thank you for helping cut this.
You're welcome. Thank you for being an amazing woman who is an inspiration to a lot of people because of how great you are.
Oh, you're welcome. Anytime, truly.
You are not above.
Thank you. Today I planned like a short form series that I think might be my re-entrance into short form world.
What do you mean by short form?
Like YouTube shorts, and TikTok probably.
Gotcha.
Could be Reels too, but I feel like it's a lot to cross-post the same thing on 3 places.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the first dress. This is the one that I'm planning on wearing to a wedding in May. Not where the plants stand. I really like this one. This one I had the highest hopes for on the website, and it turned out so wonderfully. It was on sale, but I imagine they still have it. It's supposed to be midi. It is a little bit longer than that on me, and I do not yet know what shoes I'll wear, but I do just feel like it's perfect. Not only for that wedding, but then also for honeymoon afterwards is the plan. This is dress number 2. It was the backup for the wedding if I didn't end up liking or if the first one didn't end up fitting me, which I do still love it and I'm still keeping it regardless, but it'll just be like honeymoon and other fun summer. I like that it is the ombre. That's really fun for me. And I like its color. And I like its fit and I like its fabric and I like how flowy it is. Anything else I like about it?
Flowy.
Flowy. And this is the last dress that I got. I got it for honeymoon, kind of specifically. It was just on sale and I like the pattern again. It's the one that I'm like least, like out of the 3, this one is, I don't know, it's number 3 out of the 3, but I don't dislike it and we'll 100% be keeping it. I think it was final sale. I just feel like the pattern is like the actual like design of the dress is a little funnier in practice than it looked online with this little X. But it is like very comfortable, stretchy, will be good for a beachy vibe. And I do like the colors of it and everything. So I still like it, but it's different than the first 2. And then the last thing I got was a swimsuit, which I figured I would just show you the pattern because that's really why I picked it. Was like, I liked the colors. I won't be trying it on for you, sorry. But tune into the honeymoon and then you'll see it then. So overall, I feel like the most successful haul that I've had from like an online store in a long time, because fit is just always a gamble of if it will actually fit or if it just will not. All of these were mediums and it was actually ended up being cheap because it turns out that I had store credit left in my Hello Molly account from whenever I was getting dresses to try for my reception and rehearsal dinner. I had returned all of the Hello Molly dresses that I ended up buying from them, which I didn't realize. I thought I had like kept some of them. And so I had $210 in store credit sitting in there, which now like thinking back on it, whenever I did return the dresses, I was thinking like, oh, I can use this in the future to get a dress for the wedding in May. And then also some honeymoon things. Like I had already thought that, but it just totally had lost my mind that I had thought that previously. So it was like a fun little gift for myself that I left for myself, and then $210. So with the 3 dresses and the 1 swimsuit, I ended up only paying like $10 out of my account. And I'd already budgeted for buying things in this month because I knew I was gonna have to get those things. So we're under budget with that too because it ended up being $10. I did make,
Girl math.
well it is because I budgeted $250 and I only paid 10. That's not even girl math, that's just regular math. That's $240 extra there.
Oh, I thought you were meaning when you saved the from returning.
No, I'm meaning like in the April budget, I like budgeted $250 just in case, and only 10 is what I actually paid. So like, yes, November or October me paid for these, but it was in this budget. But I made a first order that was the exact same with that swimsuit and with another swimsuit, I thought. And it was like right after I ordered it. Using the store credit, I saw that of the other swimsuit print, I actually got 2 bottoms instead of a bottom and a top, which don't know how I for real did that, but I did do that. And so I emailed them and was like, hi, I accidentally got 2 bottoms. Is it possible to switch one of these to a top and like pay the difference because the top was like $2 more or something like that? And I was like, and if not, that's fine. And they responded later that day and said, no, we can't switch items. I put in the request to cancel your order. And so I answered again. I was like, oh no, please don't cancel it. Like some of the stuff was like final sale, on sale, and I don't want it to have gone out of stock. And then I also was thinking like, if I can't like just make a new purchase even while this one's like pending because I wanted to use the store credit, I didn't want to pay with my own card. And so I asked them to not cancel it, but they still did cancel it. And so I re-got everything, re-put it all in my cart, but I had used a coupon the first time that I'd ordered things, and I ended up paying like $40 out of pocket the first time that I ordered things, which all got refunded to me. So it's like I all got it refunded and got the store credit back, but it wouldn't let me use the same coupon again. And so it was going to be like $20 more expensive to get the same things that I had already in my head like purchased, like I had purchased. They just canceled the order. And instead of going back and forth with the customer service again, since all of these were on sale and I did not want them going out of stock in my size because I was like so excited about the dresses that I had picked, I just cut out one of those swimsuits and just got the one. Long-winded way of saying I got 1 swimsuit instead of 2, but I think we'll be just fine with just 1. This week ended up being really good. Like nothing happened, but like, I don't know, I just feel good. And I feel like we definitely cannot ignore the fact that I was trying hard to be mindful this week, and that the week I feel like I experienced it really well. There definitely were things that happened at work that I feel like typically would cause me anxiety that I feel like I handled better, just like generally in life. Like I feel like we're more stable this week and just generally enjoying things. Granted, it also is spring and it's actually like warming up and there's birds and there's flowers, so that does help too. I do realize though, like in the beginning of the week, I was like, I'm gonna do like morning meditation and like sit down and do the like 5-minute whatever. I think I need to figure things out more before I truly just like sit down and try to like quote unquote meditate. Because I think currently in my mind, been a little second since we've had a therapy session. No, it really hasn't. It really hasn't. I guess I just want to act like it has. In my mind, I feel like I sit and think best whenever I have things that I'm like actively needing to process through. Like I am purposefully thinking and then I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll like sit down and I'll like think undistractedly for a little bit. And I feel like that helps me feel better. That is not mindfulness though. Like mindfulness is not purposeful thinking on a topic. It is like purposeful being in the present moment, which are two different things. And so at this time, like whenever I'm feeling just like calm and good, I don't necessarily just like feel the desire to like sit down and have like 5 minutes of truly just like mindfulness in my body / I don't like know how to do that yet. And I do think that's a skill that like I'm going to have to make myself do it quite a few times before it like starts to feel like something comfortable or starts to feel like something beneficial. But I think I'm gonna first focus more on the like practical things of like whenever I went to work without any music, like, or whenever I was being purposeful about thinking about my self-talk in the day. Like I feel like those practical applications are gonna be what I work on first, and then we can maybe circle back to what I feel like is the like difficulty level hard of truly just like sitting on the ground and doing breath work or literally just like meditating. I don't think I'm there yet. I don't think I necessarily like feel the need to be there yet. I'm just like doing my little things, dabbling my little toes. My brain function has gone down throughout the week. Again, not in a bad way. Nothing bad happened. Just a little tired. I do plan on doing a weekend vlog again though. I feel like those have been so fun. And in all truthfulness, I am starting to stack vlogs a little bit, stack videos a little bit, so that I can take my like PTO from YouTube too whenever we go on our honeymoon. Coming up pretty soon. I feel like this weekend that I'm doing the weekend vlog of is our last weekend at home until the end of May, which is wild to think of. And so there's a lot of fun things coming. I would recommend following me on Instagram. I am a.bea.s is my username. And that way, 1, we can stay like in touch a little more in the moment. 2, I love a good Instagram story. 3, that way, as you're seeing these videos, you can also know like what I'm up to. Let me think through my posting schedule real quick. At the time you're seeing this video, I am in Colorado visiting my little baby nephew. So that's really exciting. But the next several weekends are going to kind of be like that, where when the YouTube video is posting, I am somewhere else in the world. So follow me on Instagram if you want to keep up more in that way. Or don't. It's fine. Watch another video before you go. That one's not optional. That one you have to do. Watch another video before you go. YouTube seems to think you'll enjoy the one that's on the screen right now. I appreciate you so much. I love you so much. And I'll see you next time.